Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'll be preaching this week, and the focus is going to be on the Ten Commandments in Deuteronomy, and also on a story about Jesus talking about the Sabbath and healing on the Sabbath. So when I was a kid, there are 10 commandments, they're sort of in a list, and I thought of them as most important at the big top, and maybe they get more detailed, lower level commandments as you get towards the bottom. But as I do my study, as I've done my study in preparation for this sermon, I've noticed that it maybe doesn't make sense to think of them that way, and I've started imagining the Ten Commandments as sort of a wheel. And the center of that wheel is the center commandment, which is the command to keep Sabbath and keep that as a holy day. So I've been focusing on the idea of Sabbath, and what struck me is really how countercultural this command to rest is, especially for us as modern 21st century Americans. We are so focused on being productive, getting things checked off our list. We say things like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And yet God has commanded us, for our own well-being, to take a time of rest. And not just once a year on vacation. Every week, we're supposed to have 1/7 of our life devoted to resting. The other thing that I often hear when I think about Sabbath, when we talk about Sabbath, is that you have to rest so that you can be more productive later. And I can understand, especially as Americans, how we lean that way. But the more I read, and the more I think, and the more I pay attention to what Jesus does in the scriptures, the more I think that the rest is really meant just for us. It's meant not so that we can produce more and that we can do more. It's meant so that we can live fully, so that we can be whole, and so that we can enjoy creation and God. So I am going to offer up a challenge for you as you prepare for Sunday worship to find some time that is restful for you. You don't need to actually be asleep, but you do need to be doing something that is not going to necessarily accomplish anything in your life or produce anything, but will be enjoyable and restorative and renewing for you. I am committing to taking some time every morning to sit at the window and watch the birds at the feeder that I have in my backyard. Just watch them fly in, pay attention to what birds I have in my backyard, and do nothing useful, but everything that is renewing and restorative for me. So, I commend you to the practice of Sabbath, and I ask that you think of some sort of way that you might find rest between now and Sunday. And then hopefully you'll be more inspired as we gather together on that special day. Thanks, everybody.